Okay, welcome back. We take more examples on algebraic fractions so that we can digest this well. Okay, remember this is Maths Digest. And if you have not really subscribed, make sure you subscribe to this channel and share it to all of your friends who need maths tutorial, okay, so that they can benefit from what we are doing here, okay? All right, now, for better understanding on this algebraic fraction, we decided to add two more examples so that things about algebraic fractions can be well understood. Okay, so the first one we take solution number one. All right, now look at this. Okay, normally if we take them to our chart, we see that we are going to still produce the product of their combination. Okay, so okay, this can only go into this, and we have one here. We have the same thing. Okay, so we have reduced it to 1. Now at this point we take the product of the two. Okay, at this point I would like us to take them separately. Okay, so that whatever the result gives us at the end, like remember I told you I have to take it to the end. Okay, whatever you are solving as your LCM, take it down to the end. Whatever you want to do after you are done with the whole process. Okay, now that serves as our LCM. So find the LCM now becomes okay. So this becomes our LCM. So bring it down. Okay. Now at this, we use this to divide the LCM, the first one here. So when we divide here, we only cancel this and we are left with this. So we use this and multiply the numerator. The numerator, so that is it, plus 1. Now this divide here, we only cancel this off and we are left with this. So use this one to multiply what we have here. Okay, so at this point now, we say that we are going to multiply what we have in the brackets at the numerator side. So this will give us 2 times x squared is 2x squared. Follow me well, okay? Now 2 times minus 1. Remember our key on the onset. 2 times minus 1. We said that plus is equal to plus. Minus plus minus. Plus minus minus. Minus minus plus. Okay, now if you look at this, this is plus 2 multiplying minus 1. Okay, this will give it what? To give it minus 2. Okay, now you now say plus 1 multiply this, we have x squared. Remember I told you at this point now the coefficient of this x is 1, but we are not going to write it mathematically. Okay, now with this, now we say this plus 1 times minus x, we are left with what? Remember, minus plus Okay, plus minus will give us what? Minus. So we have minus x all over our LCM. Okay. All right. At this point now, we are going to what? We are going to reform this. Okay. Now, if you look at this, we have 2x here. We have 2s squared here. We have s squared here. We have x. We have minus 2. Okay. So what you do is you first start with the variables that has the highest power. Okay. With this, we have all right, looking at this, this is what we have at the numerator end. Now we bring down our LCM the way it is. Okay. Now looking at this now, we're going to add this and this because both of them has what? X squared. The coefficient of this is 2, while the coefficient of this is what? 1. All right. Now adding them together will give us what? 3x squared. Okay. X squared. Okay. Now minus what? X. Minus x minus 2 all equals to what? The same LCM. Okay. At this point now, the next we are going to do now, looking at this, I think at this point we have gotten to the end of the process. So this becomes our final answer because looking forward, there's nothing we can do else except maybe we end up doing factorization. You know, so leaving at this point will give us what we need. Okay. All right. Thank you very much for staying tuned for this. So I'm going to take the second example. Okay. All right. Stay tuned. Second example here says. Okay, now if we go down to our charts to find the LCM, okay? Of the denominator here. We still take them as different entities because they are not the same, okay? Okay. Now looking at this now, we use the first one to what? To divide. So the first one divide off, it will cancel only this one, and we're left with this. Okay, so we still take this to divide again. So when we use this to divide now, we still have what? We reduce them to 1, 1. Okay, now, at this point, we take the product of the two divisors. We use it, the product of them will give us, remember, at this point now, just like the second example we did at the first one, we can have this in the brackets separately, but the coefficient of their this thing, we take the product of it, so we use it, we use the two and multiply each other, we have 6. Okay, so we can say 6 so this becomes the what? The LCM. So we are going to bring it down here as the denominator for this to divide it. Okay, now from this side now, this, if it divides here, okay, remember 3 here can divide this separately, okay, which is 2, okay. Now when this comes here, it will only cancel out the like. All right, so we are now left with what? 2x, 2 in bracket x minus 2, okay. Now we use what we have here to multiply whatever we're going to have here, okay. I'll have after the division. Okay. Now, from this side too, we say this divide here. This 2 we divide here 3, and this we cancel out this. We are left with this 3 in bracket x plus 2. Okay. Now we're going to use what we have here to multiply dividend. Now this we have the 3 minus 3x. Okay. After division, we had all right. So pay attention here. Pay attention. We have different things in the brackets. Doing a lot of indices. Though we're still going to treat that. We're still going to treat that. We've not treated that in this channel. Okay. We're going to treat that. So this we have in the brackets before each other. We're going to what? It's just like this, multiplying the whole of this. So you first of all sort out what you have here before you enter into the last bracket rather. Okay. So this times this will give us 4x. Okay. And we still have what we have, we'll still bring this thing down here, okay? So this 4x will multiply this. Now we have minus 3x times 3 will give us 9x. Okay? So we take it gradually, okay? Mathematics, you take it gradually, so I don't make mistakes. Any mistake you make, we mark the whole process, okay? Now, on this we have 6 in brackets x plus 1 and open another bracket x minus 2. Okay, now from this angle now we will multiply, we still multiply out again because we still have bracket at the what, the numerator end. Okay, now we will do this. Okay, let's use this side of the board. Okay, follow me please. This 4x times x here will give us 4x squared. Okay, remember 4 is multiplying the coefficient of x here, which is 1. It will remain what, 4. While this multiply this one, we have what, x squared. Okay, now this also we multiply this minus 2. Okay, 4x times minus 2 will give us what? Remember, this is plus. Plus minus will be what? Minus. Okay, now we come back and say this times this is what? 8x. 4 times 2 is 8, and this does not have a x. So we still take off the one we have, okay? Which is what? 8 minus 8x. Alright? Now, this minus 9x, we multiply this, we have what? Minus 9x squared. Minus 9x squared. Now, again, minus 9x multiply plus 1. Minus plus, minus plus, give us minus, okay? So we have, remember, anything you multiply by 1 still remains itself, okay? So we now have minus x, okay? Minus x. We return back the LCM, that's the denominator, okay? Okay, so we iron out what we have at the numerator. This will give us, first of all, we look at it, we see that there are like terms here. We have the one that has power of 2, x raised to power 2. We have it for 4x raised to power 2 and minus 9x raised to power 2, okay? So at this point, we bring them together so that we can sort it out. So that is it. Now we return down the LCM. So at this point now we're going to multiply, minus out or sort out this. So looking at this is 4x raised to power 2 minus 9x raised to power 2. So if you look at this, the one that has negative, the negative is the coefficient of the one that has negative is more or higher to the one that to the other one. So the one that has the highest coefficient, we use the what? We use the sign. So this is another form of saying it. That you say this is what I have and this is what I'm owing. So you can equally take it this way, whichever one you understand best, okay? So with this we have minus 5x, okay? Now, minus 8x minus 9x, so we are owing the 2, okay? We are owing the 2. So with this we say, this plus this will give you 17. 17 what? X. And it still goes with the sign, minus. Okay, looking at this now, I think at this point we are done. Okay, nothing else to iron out. Okay, except maybe at this point now we can, looking at having this and having this as well, we can end up saying, okay, let's change this numerator. If we want to change that, we say what? We bring out what? The common thing there. The only thing that can divide these two things are 1. So we can say okay, you can either leave it this way or you leave it this way, whichever one you want to do, okay? Any of them gives you the answer, because looking at this and this, they are the same thing, okay? All right, thank you very much.